How you doing, guys? So, I did have the chance to sit down and watch the Michael movie, which my sister was raving about. So, I had a chance to watch it with her, and we watched it as a family. And yeah, I watched it with my sister, my mother, and my father, and because she practically begged us. And I'm not really a big, and I'll say this right off the bat, I'm not a big Michael fan. I've never went out of my way to listen to Michael Jackson. When I listen to music, I never went out of my way to like type it into the search bar. Michael Jackson, let's say, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough or whatever, or Jackson 5 or any of these other good songs, Thriller. I mean, I've never went out of my way to listen to them, but so we watched the movie. I sat down, I watched the movie, and my doubts were low because, first of all, I wasn't a fan to begin with. But what it really came down to was I appreciated the art. I thought there was a good art behind the movie and its symbolism relating to Michael and his childhood, which was very tough growing up, and you know he learned music at a very young age, and I believe maybe I don't know if they say, I think maybe 10 years old, maybe even younger than that. Yeah, his father, of course they have to. Uh, his father, complete dick, and we see him being very strict, teaching them how to do music in the beginning, which is the Jackson Five, the five brothers, him and his brothers. You'll see that first, and right off the get go, the father's a dick. He tells Michael he has a big nose when he himself has a very fucking big nose. Like, it's a very fucking big nose. Like, you belong on Sesame Street, motherfucker. Okay? And he has no business talking about his nose at all. So, you do not say that to a child. But, he's mean to Michael off the get go. Like, right from the start. And, and you could see that plays into the surgery he got later on. All the again, the mental abuse that can come with someone and their father, their parent, whatever. It's a big deal. It's a thing that can actually happen. It happens to everyone. um, he just, I think that for me, I'm not a big Michael Jackson fan, but this movie, I was not bored. I thought it was good. I thought it was well paced. I thought that it was very well done, and I was dreading watching it. Believe me, I was dreading it because I'm not a Michael Jackson fan. If I go out of my way to listen to music, it's normally heavy metal, White Zombie, or I go out of my way to listen to Metallica, even some old school stuff like Kiss. But I don't go out of my way to listen to Michael Jackson normally. But when I do like, Jackson 5 and Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. And I really like the older Michael stuff as a child. But that's just me. The film did a good job at showing what he went through and how big of a dick his father was. Um, so there was one brother, they'd perform at like carnivals and stuff. They'd go on these trips. one brother's closer to him. Well, the rest are just kind of there, but he's closer to one. And they sing together a lot. But when Michael's older, his father really pushes him. Like, he'll want him to do, like, these deals. He'll want him to go on these. He'll want him to perform with his brothers. But what Michael wanted to do was perform by himself the most. He had his own style, his own way, his own unique style. And I think that's what the main thing is here is they had their style. He had his style. It was different. And sorry. I do think the film did a good job at portraying Michael and how he felt and the way his dad, most of all, made him feel like a useless person. His dad made him feel awful. He was mean to him. He had no faith in him. He used him. He used him for everything. It was just sad. And we also see in the film, if you've watched the film, 21 and over or Bleed, I believe Bleed for this. Yeah, he was the main character in Bleed for this, and 21 and over. He's the funny guy who's like sitting in the Uber, drinking a beer, in 21 and over. He plays a part in this. And he actually has a fairly serious role. So it's not a jokey role, which was different for him. So it was something unique. And he was able to step outside of his normal zone and do something serious for a change. So there's that. And I thought overall the movie was good. And, you know, as much as I dreaded sitting through the goddamn movie, I had fun with it. I really did. You know, we could see that Michael performing his first musical video, his music video, he was doing the Jackson 5, I believe the song is called, and he was moving around too much in the record, in the studio, because they were recording him, but he was moving around too much, and he's like jamming, and he's like, "Oh baby, give me one more chance," but he's like moving around too much because he loved to move around, but they were telling him that he was moving around too much, but he just loved doing it, and I can see the passion behind that. I could see he's a little kid, he loves the singing, so that was kind of deep itself. But you're not supposed to move around a lot in the studio because it messes up with the speaker or something, I heard. I don't know. But he just kept moving around and jamming. And they were getting mad. They were telling him to do it over and over. Eventually, he got it right. And the main guy, he was having fun with it, listening. And the father, of course, chimes in. He's like, "No, we gotta do this again. We gotta do this again." And then the fucking producer's like, "Sit back. I got this. I got this. I know what the fuck I'm doing." So I like that he fucking stood up for Michael there. And, you know, it was overall a good movie, and it moved at a well pace, and I have no issues with it. Would I go out of my way to watch it again? Probably not, because I'm not a Michael Jackson. I don't go out of my way to watch Michael Jackson stuff, but I didn't even watch This Is It. but I would say I definitely prefer this. I like this story more, but I do like the story, and made me feel very sad, for the character and what he was going through a lot with his dad and his big nose. His father had a bigger nose than him. I don't know what he's talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about. His dude. Sorry. I'm sorry. His father had a bigger fucking nose than him. His father had a big fucking nose. Like, what the... You don't... That made him feel really bad. You could tell. You could tell. I have some... This is not beer. It's water. So... yeah, just... The movie was really good. The first song that we heard that was played was the Jackson 5. With all the brothers. The Jackson 5. And, well, actually, it wasn't the first. I don't think it was the first song. But in the studio, we heard him doing it. I believe the song was... What's the name of the goddamn song? Oh, baby, give me one more chance. Sorry, that's cringe. I know. That's cringe. I get it. I don't know what the name of the song is, though, so I'm trying to fucking perform it here. Yeah, it was that. Good movie. His father had a big nose. The brothers were supportive. You can tell that, in the movie you could see through the years, like compared to his childhood where he enjoyed doing the music, it was tiring as he got older, and it took a toll on his mental health. And that was I think it taking a toll on his mental health, that was a big deal, and it made him change in a lot of ways, and that had a lot to do with the surgery and things like that. Not that there was anything wrong with him at all. I don't think there was anything wrong with him, but I do think that a lot of it had to do with the way his father treated him and the way he was brought up, where everything had to feel perfect, and there was no silver fucking platter. You had to work for it, and his father would not let him perform alone. He would not let him perform alone. His brother, he wanted him to continue to perform with his brothers when he wanted to fucking do his own thing. God forbid you want to do your own goddamn thing. God for fucking bid. Sorry. But the father was a complete fucking dick face. That's my opinion. The father was a fucking dick face. The movie was good. I was not bored through the movie like I'm normally bored with other fucking movies that come out nowadays, that everything is fucking lame. So I had an okay time. I did. It was decent. I have to go. But yes, definitely do give Michael 2026 a watch. It was a good film. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you.